I'm very proud of the players. I thought the performance was outstanding. We at least deserved to take a point out of that game. I thought our structure and our organisation was brilliant, so I need to pay my respects to all my staff that have worked so hard to do that this week, but even more so to the players because they've gone out and they've all maxed out in and out of possession. They've carried the game plan out really, really well, and I think that's the level that we need to try and bottle and find. Certainly if we want to get out of this group. That performance gets us something a fine order if we can match that, and then the home games are going to be very important, so I'm sitting here very satisfied.
As a manager, it must be nice seeing such a well-worked goal as well.
Yeah, but the players deserve the credit for that. It was a fantastic cross, and Buff's composure and finish was world class. I don't know how long yous have got, but I can mention all my players tonight. I thought Philip Hollander arrived tonight. I thought he showed the reason why we've got so much faith in him and why we paid the money for him. It was a performance full of composure and experience, where to be positionally, how to follow runners, how to be switched on, how to manage a game. Thought Connor backed them up. Stephen Davis again, superb. Glenn Kamara superb. Ryan Jack first game back after injury. Across the board, some really, really strong performances today.
I think there's something illustrated, Stephen, in terms of strikers at this level within the competition for you?
Well, I think it's so early in the competition to be comparing him to other strikers and where does he rate in the competition, but I think tonight you see the importance he is to me, to Rangers. It doesn't really matter the stage or the opposition, he's always a threat, he's always lively, and it's the reason why there's so much fuss and so much talking about Alfredo and why he's linked with so many teams is because he's an outstanding footballer. And tonight again he showed the reason why we have to keep him here, because for us to be successful moving forward he's a key component.
He's up against Pepe, a defender with tremendous reputation. We gave him a torrid thing.
Yeah, I think he was a constant nuisance. His hold-up play was good, his switch-up plays were good. He always attacks the sticks in terms of being in the right place. He could have scored another header and could have got himself a brace tonight. But I think it's an injustice just to talk about one or two of my players. There needs to be accolades for the whole team. They were all outstanding. I'm so proud of them all.
Stephen, that's a fantastic point. Do you feel now that with 2 home games to come, you win those 2 home games? Will you make it?
I think if we can find that level of performance, we'll have a right good chance. I'm not going to get carried away here because they're 3 very difficult games. But that is a big point. I think speaking to you last night, you knew how important I felt it was to take something from this game. Some draws feel like defeats, like the weekend, because we never done ourselves justice. We wasn't Rangers at the weekend. But some points feel more important than just a point because the performance is there and the level's there. And I have no doubt if we can find that level on 3 occasions, I'll be very surprised if we don't get out.
Stephen, at the equaliser, a few of your players seemed quite angry at sort of comments coming to stand and things maybe raining down the pitch. Did you clarify what happened there?
What's being said from the crowd?
Yeah.
I was 150 yards away. My ears are decent, but they're not that good.
It was just if Connor had mentioned anything.
No one's mentioned anything to me. No one's mentioned anything.
Stephen, the performance second half, and in particular the way that you dominated the ball, dominated possession, what does that do for the confidence, not just for the return leg, but also going forward in European competition against the very best?
Yeah, I thought at times we showed real bravery. I mentioned it before the game that we can't just have a structure and wait and sit back and then keep giving the ball away. I think at times we were guilty in the first half of giving it straight back after working so hard to get it, but we showed real good possession skills, getting to 5, getting to 10 passes and then playing out of their counter press, and then the space was on the sides. I thought James had some real good openings down the right, Bonner even more so. I thought he had the freedom on the left side because they become very narrow in the final third. from all the evidence we'd seen. So the players have listened and reacted since Hearts, and they deserve all the credit for you know, getting into the structure, working ever so hard to be hard to play against, but having the bravery when we win it back to real go and hurt Porto, and I think we did at times. And if we'd have conceded late, which was the only real scary moment, if we'd have conceded, I think it'd have been very cruel on the team.
I know it was a brilliant strike for the Porto goal, but is there maybe a bit of frustration there that it was another individual error that's led to a goal conceded?
Yeah, of course. I think you've got to hold your hand up for the strike. It was a world-class strike. I don't think any keeper's saving that one. But again, it came from us. And that's another pleasing factor in a strange way, because if we can eradicate mistakes, you know, teams even at this level who have got endless money to spend, who've been together for years, who've got Champions League experience, they're not killing us. They're not killing us with the ball, so it's a real positive that we can mix it with some fantastic teams. We proved it last year on the other occasions, but we fell short in terms of getting out the group. I think that was our best performance in Europe for large parts. And as I say, if we can find that consistently, we'll push this group right to the wire. If we can you know, go and find that performance again against Porto, we'll make it really uncomfortable for them. And then we need to go and try and find something similar away in Feyenoord and take something, and then it'll be all to play for. And if we've got the opportunity to go toe-to-toe with young boys in the last game, that's very exciting.
Okay. Stephen, some of us have seen Rangers under you over the last 2 years in all your European away games. You see, for large parts, this was your best European display.
Yeah.
Would you go further? Was this your best
Possibly.
away display?
Possibly. Well, let's put it this way. I think if we took our chance, maybe Alfredo scores the header and I'm sitting here 2-1, for sure it'd be the best. But I just don't want to be sitting here as the Rangers manager and saying it's our best performance and we're only taking a point away, because we have to remember we're Rangers and we come here to try and win the game. And I don't think anyone can go against us taking at least a point away from here. And the players deserve a lot of credit for that.